Cindy Dole.
I'm Eric Stromer.
And welcome to my kitchen.
This is Cindy's kitchen, complete with some GE Cafe appliances.
Well, and it's going to be our teaching school, right? Yeah. Because we both love to go to restaurants, and I don't know about you, I always wonder, how do they get that Asian fusion, that vibe, you know, that's just into the flavor, into the seasoning. Right. And so, well, Eric and I have been traveling Los Angeles in search
Scouring all the restaurants in Los Angeles.
We want three
of the greatest
new
chefs.
Best up-and-comers.
That's right.
Okay, so here are the parameters. The food that these guys and gals are going to be doing here, they have to come up with something that is creative, that is tasty, and that has been well presented, an entire menu.
And
right?
then guess what? We get to eat it at the end and judge.
Yeah, and so when we say judge, this is a competition, right? And so there is a cash prize involved, and of course bragging rights.
That's exactly right.
Right, so let's meet our chef, Chef Pierre Lucente.
Hi, I'm Chef Pierre and welcome to Modern Eats Restaurant in Silver Lake, Los Angeles, California. I grew up in a family of cooks. My grandmother is she's a famous cook in our town, and basically she's famous for pastries and bread. And then I also grew up very close to a bakery. And I guess that's where my passion for baking and pastries started, because every morning I have to wake up like at 5 in the morning just to, you know, stand in line and wait for the bread to be done.
So Pierre, so great to meet you.
Thank you for having me here.
Hi Pierre,
Eric.
good to see you. Yeah.
And so tell us about your menu. You're going to be making, first for the appetizer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so for the appetizer, I'll be making a seared ahi ceviche.
Okay.
So it's a ahi tuna steak ceviche with a Filipino vibe.
Okay, so what do we do first?
And we can actually season the ahi with some olive oil.
I've never worked with ahi. Have you?
I haven't, no.
So what, is there a secret?
Well, you know, ahi is actually, usually it's used for Japanese cuisine, like sushi,
right?
You know, so just by searing it and then cooking it in like citrus, lemon, lime, or vinegar, it will cook itself, and then you can actually, you know, just eat it. And we're just gonna season it a little bit.
Salt and pepper.
Yep, because later on we'll season it with, you know, the rest of the ingredients.
And what length of time will it sit in this vinegar that's going to cook it?
In 30 minutes, it's gonna be cooked and ready.
Minutes. Okay.
Okay.
So if you know, if you're
here he goes.
Sure,
That's my favorite part. Yeah. That's all I got. That's it. I'm sorry.
So if you're making this at home, do not make it like, you know, ahead, like 2 hours or 3 hours before the party or before you'll eat it.
Overcook it.
Because you will have,
Isn't
you know, overcook it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, it's ready.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
There it goes.
There you go. So you want to hear that, you know,
that crackling,
the sizzling in the
And you want the sear marks on.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's just 1 minute on both sides. So we seared the outside of the tuna, but you see the middle part
is still
raw.
But it's going to be cooked with the vinegar.
With the vinegar.
And there's a key. And there's a key to slicing it here.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the trick?
Well, hot tuna coming in hot.
You have to go against the grain.
Okay.
So you see all those marks.
Oh, sure.
So you have to go against it. Okay. So we want to take the nicest part. Okay. Because we want to cut it even. There you go.
Looks really tender.
Oh, sure does.
Yeah.
And you're cutting it into
just like small
squares.
Yeah, small squares. Because again, you don't want to cut them too small because they will fall apart. So this is the size that we want for this ahi tuna.
Bite size.
Yep, bite size.
And it's all going to go in the bowl.
Yep.
And explain again, in there you're going to have vinegar and...
We have vinegar, we have lemon, we have salt and pepper, ginger.
Red onion.
Yes, red onions, cilantro.
Perfect.
Yep.
Okay.
So you need to always keep the end, the root, so it will hold the whole onions and will not fall apart.
Oh,
this is the way to do it quickly, so you're not chopping.
Okay.
See, oh, look at that.
And then
you just barely go to the end.
Yep.
Look at that.
And
that's a good tip.
Pieces. So you still have it in hold. Okay. So we're gonna brush it with olive oil, and this is my secret ingredient for flavor.
Oh, sure.
I love Tabasco pepper sauce. So again, you have that fusion
Oh, so you're glazing it with the Tabasco in the oil.
Okay, so just brush in the olive oil mixture. If you're quick, you can finish this like in 10 minutes. So we're gonna line it in here.
We'll put it in the oven.
Tray, and then we'll put it in the oven.
Right.
And bake it for like 8 minutes.
Okay.
And then it will be, you know, it will pop up and crispy.
Okay, great.
All right. Well, all this is going together. This is the appetizer, and let's get ready now for the main dish.
Okay, sure. Pork chop is very easy to find in the market, and I love to, you know, cook pork dishes, and I believe that pork is in some way better than a steak or beef. You know, it's rich in vitamin B12, and you know, so for me, pork chop is, you know, it's a good meat.
So let's get to the entree, Chef Pierre.
Okay,
what do we
sure,
have?
let's do it. I marinated a pork chop with Asian Latin fusion flavor. So it's a ginger maple glazed pork chop.
And it's been marinating overnight.
It's been marinating
Fantastic.
overnight.
That's
And you're going to mark it?
We're just gonna mark it on this
On the cooktop?
grill.
Okay.
Yep. And then finish it in the oven.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Great. Okay.
Again, that sound,
Yes.
you know,
sound you
hear.
want.
So this is garlic, ginger. So as you can see, I am highlighting ginger in my dishes because ginger actually is a very essential ingredient in Asian cuisine.
And the maple gives it that sweetness with the heat, right? Ooh, gorgeous.
You gonna do the crosshatch pattern?
No,
like
I love just the style.
Okay.
So this is the mark that we want.
Okay.
Okay, and it's nice.
It's the mark of
and
goodness.
That's right.
So you're going to put it in there. Love
Right
it.
there.
Let's turn the oven on. What do you want the oven set at here?
350, and then you also want to put the remaining marinade, the sauce.
Got it.
Oh,
That's the au jus.
that is our jus.
And is this a recipe that you came up with? You created this,
Yeah, I
right?
created this, and we actually serve this at Modern Eats. I have this in the
And,
dinner menu.
baking it is a way to keep the pork tender, right? Because
Yes.
I have not had success grilling pork chops. They're tough.
Yes.
So this is
Right.
the way around
Baking
it.
is the way.
That's
And
the way
cast iron, you prefer
Uh-huh,
that?
yes.
Okay.
Okay, that
So
goes
we're going to put that in the upper part of the oven, but in this double oven, we're going to also be able to use the bottom portion
Perfect.
so
Yeah,
we can
that's
multitask.
Right. Yes.
Okay, so now when you're using the wok, what kind? You like to use the olive oil
Yeah, olive oil.
and not sesame.
Well, you can use, you know, either
but this is olive oil.
But I'm using olive oil today.
Yeah.
And you just throw everything in it. Mushroom and zucchini first. There you go. And then the broccoli.
Yeah, can I put the broccoli in?
Yes.
Okay, great.
And then I want to finish this with a ponzu sauce.
And again, healthy, right?
There you go. And just a little bit of salt.
Oh, that's Eric's thing.
Oh, yes.
I'll put a little more in there. And watch this, I'm just
you
going to
go.
go from right here. Bam.
There you go.
Look at that.
Wow, that smells great.
See, that's a work of art right there.
Yeah. And then we're gonna add a little bit of roasted bell peppers. Just cut it like strips.
Great.
There.
And the secret to wok frying is always moving.
Always
Everything,
moving,
right?
always moving,
Doesn't
because
wanna sit
you
too
also don't want to overcook the vegetables.
Okay.
You know, you want a crispy, tender vegetables in your plate,
Okay.
especially the broccoli.
So now while that's doing its thing, tell us what else we're going to be doing. We have the pork chop.
Yes, we
in
have
oven,
the pork
and
chop, and then we
veggies.
are serving it with
rice.
Rice.
And the rice
So,
we have meantime in
in
the
the
oven
oven,
because it's a
yes,
double oven.
exactly.
We can multitask.
There you go.
I love
Okay.
this oven,
Great. Well done, Chef
Okay,
Pierre. So
thank
now
you.
let's get ready to go to the final course,
which
the
is
dessert.
a dessert. Thank you. Yes. It's not just a banana. It's a banana fritter. So I'm wrapping the banana with the jackfruit. It's a tropical Asian fruit, which is very sweet. And I'm wrapping them in an egg roll wrap. So it's actually a Foster in a way, but it's a banana fritter. I always want to put my own modern twist in a dish that I make. So I do a lot of modernist technique in my dishes. This is a banana pear, which is an Asian banana.
So it's a hybrid of a
version.
banana and a
Yes.
pear?
And it tastes different, right?
It tastes different.
I've
And
never
this
seen
fruit
that.
is the jackfruit.
Jackfruit.
And tell us about that.
Well, jackfruit is a tropical fruit that's found mostly in Asia.
But we can buy it here, canned or frozen.
Yeah, canned or frozen. And it's there's sweetness and sourness to it, especially if it's ripe.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
very sweet and aromatic.
All right,
Oh,
so
great.
then let's start. So over here, we're going to cook.
Yeah, we're gonna fry. First of all, we're gonna
We're gonna cut up the banana.
Okay.
And you can get this at an Asian
At
market.
an Asian
generally.
market, yeah.
Okay. And is that? Can I just have a little
sure.
try of that? See what
Yeah.
it tastes like.
Good.
Does
it taste like pear?
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
very good.
And you can eat it fresh like that,
Yeah.
or make it a banana foster, banana flambe. So
That
we're
is
just
really
gonna
good.
cut it
Okay.
into 4. Okay, and toss it in a
Yeah.
mixing bowl,
Okay.
and then we're gonna chop the jackfruit.
I'm gonna try the jackfruit.
Sure.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me
Nice
try a
little
piece of
corner.
that too.
Okay.
Sweet.
Oh my,
Oh, that's
And
good.
it's a really
Wow.
good snack.
that is so sweet. Okay.
And then we're just gonna toss
Yep.
that in here in our bowl.
And what are you gonna
then
put in there with it?
We're gonna put our brown sugar. And we want to really make it sweet.
As if it needs more sweet, but it's gonna be good.
And then this is an egg roll wrapper. So earlier we used a wonton wrapper. Now this is an egg roll wrapper. So just put
And
in
this is a popular
this is-
Filipino dessert.
Yeah. Okay, and now we're gonna turn on the stove. There you
Yeah,
go.
there goes that flame.
Yep. And you want to make sure it's again medium to high heat.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And then
Little
we'll
more of
add the oil.
Okay.
Canola
And
Could be
oil.
I-
canola or olive oil.
Either way is okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
It's just enough, probably like an inch.
Oh, really?
To
So it's
cover,
bathing
yeah,
oil.
to
Okay.
cover the.
And that's to get
the
it to
fritter.
fry it.
Yes,
basically.
exactly. So while we're heating the oil, we have a bonus for this
That's
dessert.
right.
Yeah.
You're making a tea.
I'm making a ginger honey tea.
You're gonna cook the ginger?
Yeah. It's very easy.
Okay. You're
So
boiling
just
water.
boil the water.
Yeah.
Do you want me to start frying these up?
Yes, please. Okay.
So you boil the water and you're putting the actual raw
Yeah,
ginger.
just raw with everything on it.
Really? The
And
skin
just-
on it and
yeah,
everything. Just
skin on
chop it up.
Yep.
Oh,
There you go.
wait a minute. Let me try that.
Need to be strong. There you go. And then just toss everything in the boiling water. Okay, we're just finishing this up.
It's
Ooh,
looking.
that looks and smells delicious. Okay, looks like dessert's almost done.
Yep.
Let's plate up the food and get to taste.
I
Sure.
can't wait. Let's start off with the appetizer.
Seared ahi
Okay.
ceviche.
And we love these little wontons.
Yep.
Here
There
you
you
are, Eric.
Okay, great.
Okay.
And wonton is so
Oh, so crispy.
Crispy.
Oh, it's so good. The tuna is delicious.
Oh yeah. I love the way the cilantro kind of sets off the tuna together, and the little bit of heat from the Tabasco. Next, we've got our pork.
This is the ginger maple glazed pork chop.
Okay.
Look at the nice
Love it.
marks. in
And
there.
then look at the
and
basmati
this is
rice.
the basmati rice.
And the wok
pilaf,
vegetables.
Yep. And the
Okay, I'm going to try a little bit of the pork.
it's really good. And curried onions.
That's the best rice I've
Yep.
ever had, I
Thank
think.
you.
Really
Thank
yummy.
you.
And you have onions in there.
You know
Yeah.
what's interesting too for me, because I've had trouble grilling pork
Grilling
chops.
pork, yeah.
They get tough. This is so tender.
Now let's try the dessert.
Okay, great.
It's the
Can't
banana
wait.
fritters,
Right. Look at that. Look
vanilla
at that.
ice cream, caramel sauce.
Oh,
Wow.
Have you tasted the
Caramelized.
jackfruit?
the jackfruit, the banana, pear. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
But it's not too sweet.
Not too sweet. Yeah.
Really?
That's what I like about it. It's not too
Yeah.
sweet.
And then, of course, we can't forget the only guy that did a beverage.
And
This is the
that
ginger
would-
tea.
Here's to you.
Yeah.
Cheers.
What a nice compliment.
Yeah.
Feels like it's medicinal for my stomach.
It's very
That's it.
yummy.
Yep.
Ooh, it's got a little bit of kick to it. All right, well, Chef Pierre, all of these things that you've made, I mean, the thing is, with a GE Cafe kitchen like this, we can really cook like a restaurant chef, as you are. And so for those of you who are watching this, I mean, we can download all these recipes.
Absolutely. You can go to yourhomewizards.com.
Or geappliances.com. And in the meantime, all we can say is, Chef Pierre, beautiful job.
Thank you so much.
Best of luck to you in the competition.
Thanks so
And
much.
so beautifully done, so creative, and so colorful.
Thank you for having me here.
Thank you for sharing your passion.
I would, yeah, my pleasure.
All right, well, let's get a little bit
Let's
more
get a
of
little
this.
more.